Planned Parenthood absolutely sucks. And I will chant that till the day I die or the day they crumble into pieces and cease to exist. I may have a little bit of an extra personal vendetta against Planned Parenthood, but I think everyone should. Planned Parenthood is evil to its core. It is a racist organization that preys on women and murders children for a living. There is not a single good thing I could or would say about them, which is why it enrages me that I saw this post, that Planned Parenthood has put ads in the busiest airport in the entire world, knowing millions of people are going to see these billboards. And there's a few things that I want to point out about them. First, imagine if the roles were reversed. Imagine if you saw a pro-life ad that said something as stark as abortion is murder. Something like abortion ends the life of an innocent human being. Imagine the outrage. Imagine the reaction. That wouldn't have even gotten approved. You think that we would have gotten an ad in the busiest airport in America of something that was staunchly pro-life? Absolutely not. That never would have happened, which shows the bias towards the pro-abortion side within media. It's disgusting, it's frustrating, and infuriating, considering they're the side that wants to kill children. Pro-lifers want to protect children, support women, make alternative resources available, but Planned Parenthood just wants to kill babies, and that's the more popular stance. For the life of me, I will never understand that. The other thing that I want to point out is the tragedy of this, considering how many people will see this. Children will read these signs. Children who have very little idea of what abortion is are going to walk by and see abortion, 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 abortion. Abortion is healthcare. Abortion is healthcare. Children that don't understand the truth of all of this, the reality of abortion, that are reading that, and what is it doing? It is slowly chipping away at their innocence. It is slowly chipping away at their idea of what abortion is to make it normalized. They are desensitizing people on abortion by ads like this, and it's heartbreaking. The last thing that I think that is incredibly important for us to talk about is the fact that what are all of these about? Abortion. So for anyone who likes to say that Planned Parenthood focuses on other things, that Planned Parenthood is not really about abortion, you know, what a ridiculous thing to say. Planned Parenthood's focus is on healthcare, is on prenatal care, is on STD testing and treatment and blah, 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 blah. Every single one of these ads is about abortion. So tell me again what Planned Parenthood's focus is, because if I were to know nothing about Planned Parenthood and I were to walk into the Atlanta airport and I were to read these signs, my first thought would be Planned Parenthood is about abortion. Planned Parenthood exists to support abortion. Their messaging is to promote abortion. I would have had no idea about any other little things that they do. It's all about abortion. And the other thing that's interesting is the abortion industry, or Planned Parenthood, isn't even shying away from this anymore. So when people say, oh, Planned Parenthood is not even about abortion, they do so many other things, that's not coming from Planned Parenthood. I don't know how this narrative has continued on, even though that the organization itself has completely abandoned this philosophy. The president of Planned Parenthood has said in interviews, our focus is abortion. That's what we're working towards. It's what we are putting our efforts into. It is our main priority. And so this narrative that it's a fraction of what they do isn't even coming from the organization. It's coming from pro-choice activists that are trying to desensitize you, manipulate you, and gaslight you into thinking that Planned Parenthood is anything else other than abortion. It's people that deep down don't really like abortion. It's this group of pro-choice people that don't want to be pro-choice, but for some reason, they think that they have to be. So then they do everything that they can to justify it and convince not only you, but themselves that there is anything good about abortion. Our culture has tried to create this weird gray area that you can actually dislike abortion, but still fall into the category of people who support it. That doesn't even make sense. There's no gray area. You either believe that abortion ends the life of an innocent child, or you don't. There's no middle area of, I think some people can kill kids. I think killing kids is okay in some instances and some circumstances, depending on how disabled, how poor, or how desperate these children are. That ideology is damaging, heartbreaking and rooted in eugenics. To believe that certain people can be killed for certain reasons that deem them less valuable than you is always wrong. But again, there's so many smoke and mirrors. There's so many nuances and there's so many different euphemisms that they use that it leaves people a little bit confused. And that's what they want. That's where they want people is. You may not know everything, so you just have to support it since you're not an expert and people have different experiences and blah, 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 blah. No, absolutely not. Pick a side, draw a line in the sand, and stand on the side that doesn't kill innocent human beings. That's the safe side to be on. And when you see crap like this, call it out and disagree with it. Because here's the thing, the pro-choice side needs a little more pushback, okay? The pro-life people oftentimes are too scared, shy, and weak to actually make a ruckus about something that is wrong. Think about how many people have been silenced who are pro-life, who are so scared to speak up about it because of the backlash that they received that it has absolutely silenced people. Sometimes we need to use our voices to speak up for what is right and make sure that they are not dominating the conversation because they are bullying people into either being silent or being on their side. So things like this should not be tolerated. We do not simply walk by and roll our eyes and think, oh my gosh, if things were different, if the roles were reversed, people would be mad. No, be mad about it. Be mad that children are dying. Be mad that Planned Parenthood is using propaganda to convince children that abortion is okay. Be mad that Planned Parenthood is murdering millions of children every single year. Be mad about the fact that abortion still exists in this country and then use that anger to do something about it. Because sometimes things that are evil warrant us to be mad enough to do something about it. So no more silence. No more rolling our eyes. It's time that we have these conversations. We refuse to let apathy creep in, and we refuse to let the opinions of others dictate what we do and say, especially when we know that we have a moral obligation to protect human life.